Have you ever felt it? That quiet, persistent whisper in the background of your mind, a faint discord in the symphony of your days, a subtle chill that no amount of warmth seems to fully dispel. It's not a thunderclap, not an earthquake shaking the ground beneath you, but something far more insidious, a gentle yet unwavering feeling that something isn't quite right. It often comes wrapped in the guise of a relationship, a connection you desperately want to believe in, to nurture, to see flourish. And within that hope, within that longing for belonging, we sometimes find ourselves performing a silent, intricate dance around the obvious. We tell ourselves stories, don't we? Elaborate narratives designed to explain away the inconsistencies, to smooth over the rough edges, to justify the moments that make our stomach clench just a little. They didn't mean it that way, we whisper to ourselves in the quiet hours. They're just busy. We rationalize when plans fall through again. I'm probably overthinking it, we conclude, pushing down the gnawing doubt that insists on resurfacing like a stubborn weed. This internal monologue becomes a constant companion, a tireless effort to bridge the widening gap between what we perceive and what we want to believe. It's an exhausting battle, this war waged within our own heart, trying to convince ourselves that the faint alarm bells are merely a faulty wiring, not a genuine warning. Perhaps it's a pattern of dismissive remarks, subtle jabs disguised as humor, leaving you feeling diminished, yet unsure why. Or maybe it's the constant shift in promises, the flaking out, the feeling of always being an afterthought, watching your own needs shrink to accommodate another's ever-changing whims. You might find yourself walking on eggshells, editing your words, suppressing your true feelings, all to maintain a fragile peace. The relationship might feel like a series of unspoken conditions, where your authenticity is quietly traded for a semblance of acceptance. These aren't isolated incidents. They start to form a mosaic, a repeating design that, if you dared to look closely, paints a very different picture from the one you cherish in your mind. We become experts at performing emotional gymnastics, bending ourselves into unnatural shapes to avoid confronting the growing mountain of evidence that something is fundamentally amiss. What compels us to ignore these insistent signals, these red flags waving gently but firmly in the wind? Is it the fear of loneliness, the chilling prospect of starting over, of dismantling what we've carefully built? Is it the sunk cost fallacy, the belief that because we've invested so much time, so much emotion, so much of ourselves, we must continue, regardless of the toll? Or is it simply the enduring human capacity for hope, a belief that love can conquer all, even when it feels like love is precisely what's slowly eroding within us? These red flags, you see, are not just about the other person's action. They are profound messages from our own deepest self, our intuition, our quiet knowing, attempting to communicate a vital truth. When we ignore them, we are not just overlooking flaws in another. We are, in essence, abandoning a part of ourselves that is crying out for protection, for validation, for an honest reckoning. We are telling our own inner wisdom that its voice doesn't matter, that its warnings are unfounded. The path to healing, then, begins not with judgment or blame, but with a gentle turning inward. It begins with the courage to simply observe, to allow those suppressed feelings to surface without immediately trying to explain them away. Can you sit with that quiet unease for a moment, not to amplify it, but simply to acknowledge its presence? Can you give your own intuition permission to speak, to share its perspective without interruption? This isn't about finding fault. It's about rediscovering trust in your own inner compass. It's about understanding that these red flags are not roadblocks, but rather signposts, guiding you back to yourself. They are opportunities for growth, an invitation to honor your boundaries, your worth, your deep need for a connection that truly sees and values you. And so we arrive at a quiet acceptance. Not necessarily acceptance of a painful situation, but an acceptance of truth. It is the profound peace that comes with clarity, even if that clarity brings discomfort. It's the strength found in knowing that your feelings are valid, that your intuition is a powerful ally, and that your well-being is a sacred trust. To acknowledge the red flags, to truly see them, is to embark on a journey of profound self-love. It's to whisper back to that quiet voice within, I hear you, I see you, and I will honor you. This quiet acceptance doesn't promise an easy road ahead, but it promises an authentic one, a path built on self-respect and the unwavering knowing that you deserve nothing less than a connection that feels like home, truly and safely home.